Hello, hello, welcome on. It's Kat coming to you here with Elaine and Sophie on. Thank you, ladies, for being on. So, this is actually our final assignment together after 4 weeks of doing the Inner Power Intensive, which has honestly been like an incredible experience. It's been incredible to be on this journey with you ladies and to go through all of our breakthroughs together because there's been a lot of breakthroughs, a lot of crying, burning paper, burning our fears, and just like really going through a lot of stuff together. So it's been really awesome. And today we're coming together to kind of, talk about what it is that happened and what has really changed for each of us. So, stick around and we'll give you some info at the end as well as to how to get on the waiting list because the next one is starting in January. So definitely want to get more info about that. So Elaine, if you are all set, if you want to come out and answer the question of what has changed within you over the last 4 weeks with this being in this Inner Power Intensive.
Well, I think the biggest thing that's changed for me was really learning to be kind of more confident in myself. It's really funny because this year has kind of been a whirlwind for me of trying to figure out who I was and what I wanted and really what was important to me. And it's kind of funny how this came right to me for right when I needed it. It's really strange how these things happen. But when I found it, I kind of was in one of those places where I was just so lost because I was carrying so much baggage from the past. And I knew I wanted to change and do better things, but I wasn't really sure what I needed. And so for me, the biggest thing was really week one was getting in touch with that young person of when a lot of the hurt started and really understanding that I could heal that little girl and I could tell her that it was going to be okay. And for me, that really was my biggest shift moment, to realize that I had pain there that needed to be dealt with, and that until I dealt with it, I wasn't going to be able to actually move forward. So, out of all the exciting things that we did in all these weeks, to me, that's the one that I resonate the most with and the one that keeps me going forward because every time I think about it, I'll go back to another moment. You know, if I have a shift of where I'm feeling some resistance of why I can't move forward, I start thinking, okay, what happened in my past that I need to deal with to be able to move forward? So this was one of the things that really helped me shift in this particular inner power because, before I couldn't do that. Before it was really hard. It was just like a wall there. And so this really got me to be vulnerable with other people. You know, it created a safe place for me to be vulnerable and really understand what I needed to do. And so that's kind of really what I got out of this whole 4 weeks.
I love that. That's like, it's really amazing, Elaine, to hear that. And how do you feel now?
I feel light. I'm kind of sad because it's over, but I'm excited about what's next. I've had so many people reach out to me about, our inspiring stories. And so I see myself now empowering other women and helping them to make this shift also. So for me, I'm actually really excited about what's to come. Before I didn't know what was to come, but now I'm like, okay, this is what I like. This is, I want to see that transformation in other women and be able to help them move forward. So I feel very excited about what my future is. So,
That's amazing. Kind of coming at such a good time too, right? Because we're ending of the year and 2016 is starting, so it is kind of really perfect timing to do this, to be able to be a part of this. That's awesome.
mhm.
Is there anything else you want to share, Elaine?
Mainly just, if you're watching this and you want to do it, do it. There's always that hesitation, but, your true north is that hesitation. You have to go through it. And so, everything, there's always a resistance to what is our truth. And until you go past it, because I know for this, I was kind of like, I don't want to get comfortable with people and tell them, my story, or I don't want to cry, or, and that's the hardest thing, is to be vulnerable. So, if you're at all interested, I say jump on it and do it, because it's an awesome experience.
That's awesome. I would have never guessed that you felt like that, because you've been so like open. But that's awesome. Like we all go through those things, those hesitations. But I love what you
Mhm.
said, that it's like that true north. That's an
Yes,
excellent way to say it.
thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Elaine, for sharing.
Yes.
Sophie, are you able to come out? Oh, I muted you. If you can unmute. Sorry. Okay, awesome. So Sophie, so what has changed for you over the course of the last 4 weeks with this Inner Power Intensive?
Well, I would say a lot has changed for me. During the course of the class, I've had a lot of life-altering situations happen, but because of having the class, and it just all came at the right time. Like I went to an event and I had a moment where I realized like what I really wanted to do, who I wanted to focus on, who my avatar was. And then we started this class, and I just really was thinking at the time, like, I don't have the friends and the support and the system that I need. But then I had my WOW group, and you guys have been an amazing support, and it's just what I needed. I just needed like women that just understood me and could just speak to me without like knowing about all the problems I've been through. And it just, with all the women in Empower Intensive, I've been able to connect and see that women have been struggling in all different ways, and that's what I want, is to help people. So it's just really nice to be surrounded with women that are on the same mission, that have gone through the same thing, and that are trying to help people the same way. And in all honesty, I feel like this course is pretty much what I need to direct people to, anyone that I meet, because it'll help them deal with the past and go through what they want to do with their future, with dealing like really deeply with their focus. And I think that sometimes when a woman is super hurt, it's hard for them to actually like dig deep. And with these hangouts, we've really been able to do that, and I've been able to see how that is like, you can't do that on your own. Having the women and having the support and helping each other really dig deep and see those inner powers inside of us, that we don't want to give each other ourselves credit for that. Like it's good to hear from people who know and understand. You give yourself credit for the things that you're wonderful about, because a lot of times we're really hard on ourselves and we forget all the awesome things that we can do. And this class has really helped me see the power inside of me, help me see and focus on who my avatar is, who I want to help, where I want to go with the new year, what direction I want to take my business in. And I'm forever grateful, and these ladies will forever be my friends. Okay?
Thank
Yeah.
you, Sophie. No, I feel the same way.
On the thing the other day where Layla was talking about like being on stage and stuff like that, like one of the big things that I want to do is be a public speaker. So like I was like really in tune to the moment, and like seeing myself on stage and then seeing myself speak to the people and seeing myself on stage and like the whole back and forth thing. And then my phone died, but I was like really there because like I really love speaking in public. So I'm thinking that maybe for the new year, I'm going to start speaking in public high schools and talking to girls, because since I want to deal with women that are verbally abused, 80 to 90% happen between the ages of 15 and 18. And I kind of just brought that together for me, that like that's what I need to do, is just go out there and start talking to people. And I figured, why not teenagers? That's where it starts.
That's amazing. That's really amazing, Sophie. That's gonna like really affect a lot of people and help a lot of women. So that's fantastic. And how do you feel now?
I mean, I feel really good. I've just, I'm still going through a lot of little situations that are just unnecessary, but I'm able to handle the situation. I feel really good inside. I feel a lot of love. I want to just, make people feel good about themselves. I'm like having little issues with my children, but like I'm just trying to be super supportive and understanding. And I feel like I can just I can feel them from the inside better, like in a weird way. Like I just get them better, and so it's a really cool feeling. Like it just feels more complete.
That's really good. You seem a lot calmer. Have
Yeah, I
that
know.
calmness.
Moment, me and Elaine then me and Kat, we had a moment. So you guys know what I'm talking about. That I've been going through stuff, but things are starting to square away, sort of, and things are coming together. And I have an accountability partner outside of Empower, and like she and we focus on like just business stuff, and we came together starting to plan 2016 and helping me focus on things that that are really important for me as for internally as a person, like as my goals as Sophie Robert. That was really
That,
cool.
that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to share, Eileen? Or, sorry, Sophie.
I love you, ladies.
I love you ladies too. Thank you so much, Sophie, for sharing. So it's funny because we kind of have like a similar kind of thing. I've had like too much sun today, so I'm a little bit out of it. You can see I'm like bright pink. But it's funny because I feel the same way, that it came at the right moment. And it's one of those amazing things. Like, I don't believe in coincidences, so I know that it's kind of like being ready for it and then being open to even, exactly what Elaine was saying, that even feeling uncomfortable about it or bothered by it or kind of uncertain, but kind of knowing that it's something that you have to go towards. Sorry, cat just fell. It's like it comes at the right time, and then it's a matter of having that kind of awareness and even that courage to say yes to it, right? So I know too that I felt like, I didn't want to necessarily go down the path of even like that first week of going into fears, of going into that like quote unquote negative stuff, and going through those emotions, and then also going through those emotions, with other people, because it is being vulnerable and is putting kind of yourself out there. And I felt the same way. I had the same kind of feelings and was even uncomfortable about it, but that's precisely why I wanted to do it. Right? It's like that thing, because I know that that's how growth happens. So, from the start of it, I actually started off the workshop feeling a lot of negative stuff. Like, there was just a lot of stuff happening in my life the past couple of months that just led me down this kind of weird spiral of like negative emotions. And that first week really made me confront them and kind of really go into them, get them out and write them out. And that kind of began, I really, really believe, this healing process, because there's something I always remember, because I used to be afraid of emotion for like many, many years, and I used to suppress a lot of emotion. But I've learned, and I always think of this quote from Louise Hay: "You can heal what you can feel." And so sometimes it can be scary to kind of let those feelings out, because they can feel bad. They can feel almost like a failure, and so that's how I felt. But at the same time, being able to go through this together, right, and being able to go through it in this way where it's on purpose, right? It allowed me to release a lot of things, and then having the breakthrough and like really diving into this deeper purpose that I was really afraid to confront. And it's crazy, because now I feel exactly like same, like so light. And those, even if I try to go into those emotions or those fears that I did feel at the beginning, it's like they're not there. There isn't depth to them anymore. It's very light. It's easy to be positive. And I think that whole idea of being positive is because of confronting emotion. If we don't confront those emotions, then there's this battle inside of trying to constantly be positive. But if you can kind of allow those emotions out, which I did, and we all did, it's like a healing process. Like, I feel healed. And it's amazing to have been able to do this in a group where, like what Sophie was saying, it's like knowing that other people are also going through different things and going through different emotions, and there's similarity in that. And maybe we're hard on ourselves and all of that, but kind of having that unified kind of goal and that unified purpose, right? That purpose of wanting to go through it, that purpose of wanting to go out there as well and help other people to go through it. So, you know, I'm really thankful for this experience, because and it's crazy because I can see the direct result in my life as soon as these emotions started to fade away, and there were moments when it was really painful, but they started to fade, and then everything started to get better, a lot better, and then this momentum started, and it's like really like being on a roll. And I could see it in my life, like even, you know, we had like a bit of a downturn in our business just for a little while, and it's back up. It's like everything is kind of flowing again. It's like there's that flow to things, and I can see everything kind of exponentially expanding. And I also feel the same way. Like I'm just really excited. I'm excited to kind of close out the year with this closure, closing those feelings that, you know, that we dealt with, and then starting off, like, New Year always kind of feels like a fresh start, right? I guess everyone always feels that way. And it's like doing this boot camp was such a perfect way to end out the year and have that, like, go into this new year with this level of excitement and expectation, like this positive expectation of all the amazing things to come. So, you know, if you're watching this, this is, you know, again, I don't believe in coincidence. There's probably something in you that brought you here, and really I think it's just that inner journey, that inner search, those questions that drove you to come here, and now it's just a matter of saying yes. It's a matter of saying yes to yourself, saying yes to those things that are pulling you, those dreams that it's like they're there so that they can be achieved. You know, I believe that we all have dreams within us because they can be achieved, and it's just a matter of having that awareness, that courage of saying yes, and then the path is going to lead you there no matter what. I think there's no way to stray off the path as long as you just keep going towards these things that lay out in front of you. So, you know, if you want more information, you can definitely contact any woman that brought you here, and she will be more than happy to give you more information about this, because it really has been a very transformative experience for all of us. Like, you can see, you can even watch all the hangouts and see the shift. You will see the shift. There's a change, and there's this calmness now that I can feel from everyone. So thank you so much, ladies, for coming on, and just been really incredible to get to know you and feel like we're connected, like we're just connected now forever.
Yeah, forever.
Amazing. Yeah. So thank you so much, and thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and again, contact a woman out there that brought you here and get more info on getting on the waiting list for the next workshop starting in January. So thanks again, and have an amazing night.